Sauce on me. I got drip. Flood the wrist. It's homage to the.
Hey kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. It's the girl Anik. How y'all doing or whatever? How y'all doing or whatever? Hey. Hey kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see by the title today, we are doing our Jamaica trip expenses. Cause baby, this trip, if nothing else, was expensive. So I'm going to do the full breakdown of all the things that I bought so you guys can see what it might cost you. And just so you're aware and just so you think about it, like, we go to Jamaica for different reasons. You go on vacation, which is what I did too, but I'm also going home. So different but the same. And we're gonna get into it because you won't be paying the same amount of money anyways. So yeah, so if you enjoy videos like this or you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Okay, if you do enjoy this channel, I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button and leave your 2 cents down below in the comments box to make it to my 98 so we can make $1 so we can get things moving, because we can do a lot with $1. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay y'all, so this is my breakdown. I've done like a whole written down situation. Let me get the calculator just on the side for what we about to do. Hey, do y'all like these? These are all the money, all the different denominations that is in Jamaica. And so look at them, they multicolored, and I thought it would be cute, you know, since we're talking about my Jamaica trip or whatever and how much I spent on my dollar bills. I thought it would be cute to have them here just representing for their countries. On these dollar bills, they have prime ministers and our national heroes. So, you know, boom. Just a fun fact for you guys that are watching. But without further ado, because I know you came up to be all up in my business, let's get all up in my business. So, y'all, when I said this was expensive, but it was a great time. I enjoyed it. I laughed. It's beautiful. I ate good. Ooh, y'all know that was my problem. But ooh, too much talking, girl. Get to the money. So anyways, these are what I call my prepaid expenses before I even step foot out the country of the United States of America. This is what your girl had to pay. So first thing was airfare. I flew with Delta. I flew with Delta to go there and also Delta to come back. And I flew into Montego Bay, and I stayed at my hotel in Montego Bay, and then I went to Kingston afterwards and flew out of Kingston to come back to America. So that is what happened with the airfare. So for the airfare itself, I spent $727.50. Pretty much too much money, but that's what it's called here. In regular numbers, it is $727.50. To me, it's too much money, but neither here nor there. So then when we got to the airport, we need to get we're supposed to get somebody to take us from the airport to the hotel transportation, because we are from Kingston, we're not from Montego Bay. So kind of hard to find one of your family member them for bring you to the airport. So we have to pay airport transportation. This was split up between me, my mother, and my aunt. And so my portion of the airport transportation was $37. So $37 is how much I paid for airport transportation. Then this is the biggest expense on here, y'all. The biggest expense. So the resort that we went to, is called Royalton. Is that what it's called? Royalton Resort. And so for that resort, it's all inclusive. So all inclusive food, alcohol, the room, all inclusive for everything. So we got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then there was somewhere on the resort where there was a guy that did jerk chicken from like 1 to 5 p.m. so you could get that too. And then alcohol, they had a bar outside, they had a bar inside, they had the then they had the drinks that they made for you, and then it's a buffet style. So every day was Jamaican food. So ooh, I got something Jamaican every day. So it was phenomenal for me. So but this hotel costs a pretty penny. It's also family friendly, so if I know a lot of people that budget budget, you know, trying to do better for their kids. And so this is family friendly. Like I said, everything is included. They got water park. They had they have water park for the kids, and they have the beach outside, then they have a pool inside, and they have a slow pool, then they have a deep pool. Like, they had so much stuff. Then they had the big pool where, you know, the adults can go and they can have a good time and dance, and it was so much stuff on there for everybody, basically. So when you see this price, mind your business. But for the hotel, my portion of the hotel when I checked my bank account was $1,200. Yes, this was for 4 days and 3 nights. So we got there on Monday and then we left on Thursday. So yes, child, it's all inclusive. It's beautiful. You can drink all the liquor you want. You can have you can go to the beach. You can, you know, be inside. They have like events every night. They have a club out there. So all of this is all inclusive. Feed you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, and they have snacks and things. So a lot of things you can do. So $727.50 plus $37 plus $1,200. So prepaid before me even step foot on Jamaica is $1,964.50. That is what your girl, sheesh, what your girl have to pay. And so all of this had either come out of my bank account or was on my credit card already. So the airfare and the airport transportation was already on my credit card, and then we pay the $1,200. My aunt put it on her credit card, and so me paid the $1,200, which was my portion. So that was that, guys. So that was the prepaid expenses. So now let's move on to actual Jamaica expenses. So these expenses go from the day I leave my house to go to the airport, everything, the airport expenses, then at the in Jamaica, and then also when I leave from Jamaica. So first things first, baggage. Delta want them money. Okay, so departure baggage for me was $30, and I didn't know that the departure baggage don't include no more in the airfare. So when I got there and I have to pay the $30, I'm like, whoa. The night before I checked and I said I had to pay the $30, I was like, wait a minute now, hold up, my boy. What we doing? But I had to pay to get my bag on the flight, and we was not missing the flight, so paying it. So $30, right? Now here's the thing, don't judge me, but here's the thing. So I went down to Jamaica with 2 bags. I had a small carry-on and I had a big bag for check bag, and the small carry-on bag I gave to my aunt because her birthday is coming up in October, and I was like, oh, this would be a nice, you know, early birthday gift, because she just had carry-ons and she was traveling with kids and it was just so much. But I just did a simple, I gave her my carry-on, which would have helped. And so when I was leaving and I had to pay for my baggage, I was overweight because the girl bought all the food that she needed, and so Delta charged me $130 to send back my bag to Jamaica, to send back my bag to America, and my bag was coming back to America with all the stuff that me buying there. So you know what, it hurt my heart when she said the price, because I don't understand why it's so expensive. But my bag's here, my food's here, I ate well, so we're gonna move on. So $130 is what I pay for baggage. If you don't want to be me, bring 2 bags, child. I know I should have brought 2. Like, in the back of my mind, something I tell me said bring 1 extra bag, but I was like, I ain't bringing no extra. I ain't walking around with all these things. 1 bag. So there we go, child. So if I didn't have the overweight, because the $100 is the overweight, then I would only pay $30 for the return bag. But your girl got overweight, and so she paid $130. It's okay. Now, the morning of going to Jamaica, girl was hungry. I only slept for like 2 hours, y'all, because I was packing up until the last minute, procrastination, and then got to the airport and had to have breakfast. So I went to Chili's for breakfast, and Chili's breakfast including tip was $25 for the airport breakfast. Baby, why that's something here so expensive? Don't ask me, ask the Lord. So $25 was the chili breakfast, and then I went to Auntie Anne. My love call her Aunt Annie's, but she named Auntie Anne, and I bought the pretzel for $10.51 for a snack on the way there, because child, this flight started at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, the traveling start from like 3 o'clock in the morning, but I didn't get to Jamaica until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then going through customs was long, and yeah, because all of the plane them coming at the same time. So baby, when I tell you your girl was hungry, and so the Auntie Anne saved me. So that was that, and that is what I paid going to Jamaica. That was the only thing, because I know I was gonna eat well, child. Ain't no reason to fill me up with American food. I'm gonna eat good. What you mean? Anyways, so 10:51 for Auntie Anne. Now coming back to America again, no breakfast, 2 hours of sleep, because who's sleeping, you know? So so we went to Island Grill, which is a Jamaica restaurant. Them the jerk chicken, or them the chicken, them the breakfast. But this was in the morning. My flight was at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, I think. So I got breakfast at Island Grill for me and my mother, and I paid $14.16 for that. It was good, but then I threw some on the floor by accident because I was so sleepy. Like, I was falling asleep, and then it fall out my hand. So it fall out my hand and fall on the ground, and it was not, I was not happy about it. But tomato, here we go. So anyways, then on top of the breakfast, I buy myself a smoothie, which the smoothie was $4.24. So not too bad from the smoothie portion. And yeah, that's good. Now the street vendor them. So when I got to Jamaica, I exchanged $100, and that $100 got me 12,560 Jamaican dollars, which okay, so the 12,560 Jamaican dollars, it was broken up. I bought fruit from a whole bunch. I bought fruit from vendors, and then I also bought the mesh, like red, green, and yellow, the Rastafarian color mesh dress thing. You know what I'm talking about. So I bought those, and so from street vendors I pay about $25 US, because the $100 or the $100 that I exchange was also is all Jamaican currency. So I can't tell which one is what specifically, but this is just an estimate of what I paid for. So for the street vendor, I paid about $25 in merchandises that I bought from them, right? So that is what that is for. Then taste this patty. Oh my god, y'all, taste his patty. So if you ever go to any Jamaican restaurant, you always hear them talk about patty. There's 3 different type of patty restaurants in Jamaica. There's Taste's Patty, Mother's Patty, and Juicy Beef. I got Taste's Patty, and I got Mother's Patty while I was down there. Now this Taste's Patty was the patty that I was supposed to bring back up to America, but guess who leave the patty in the fridge the morning of leaving? Me. When I tell you, say I'm upset. When I tell you, say I'm upset. But I make the conscious decision, so I'm not gonna buy more patty, because I should remember the patty. So self-punishment, and I was okay with that because I have all of my seasoning that I got from Jamaica, and that's why I was, you know, it was easier to let it go, because I wanted the patty and I had patty while I was there, but I left the patty, and so my cousin ended up getting the patty then, so it didn't go to waste, it just went to another person. So, but for this Taste's Patty, how much did I spend on this Taste's Patty? Hold on, y'all. Let me flipperoo. So for the Taste's Patty themselves, I spent $26.51. So $26.51 I spent on Taste's Patty. And then I went to Mega Mart. Mega Mart is like the Walmart of Jamaica. And so in Mega Mart, I spent $182.77. Mainly that was seasoning. Okay, so I bought a whole bunch of seasoning while I was there, and I also bought some liquor that I brought back for my co-workers, and then some stuff for other people, and you know, other things, but mainly seasoning is what I bought there, and some snacks. But all the snacks is gone. Excuse me, it's mainly seasoning. That is $182.77 pay for. So right, so as you guys know, before I left to go to Jamaica, I had $250 in travel, right? So a part of travel, a part of that money that I used was my aunt baggage. So like I said, when I was explaining the baggage return for $130, I gave my aunt the extra bag, and so she had to pay for the check bag. So I gave her $30 because I know that's about the estimate that the airline charges for bags, right? So I gave her $30 for the bag, and then I had $1,150 in Jamaica, but I didn't have the 2,000 and I didn't have the 5,000. So my cousin came to the hotel that we were staying at and she had the 5,000 and the 2,000, and I was like, girl, let me have that. And so I gave her $55 in exchange for the 5,000 and the $5,000 and the $2,000 bill, in order for me to get the money and have all of the denomination them, you know, before I left Jamaica, because it was the last night and then I couldn't go anywhere to get it. So this is, you know, and so I gave her $55 in exchange for her $7,000 Jamaican, and so that's how I ended up with all of the different currency. Then also, out of the $250 that I brought to Jamaica, I gave my mother $65 in our cash, because one of the things that we didn't pay for before we got to Jamaica is the car rental, right? And so when we got to Jamaica, we'd have to pay for the car rental. Didn't know that. I don't think none of we know that. I didn't remember that, so it wasn't part of the prepaid expenses. So I paid my mother $65 out of the cash, the $250 cash that I brought to Jamaica, and then I also paid her $70 in cash app transfer. So if you guys watch my budget with me when we put out earlier, you will see that my set aside $70 for my mother, and that is a $70. That's where that $70 come from. So that's how that got on that budget, because that was the money that was in the bank account, because nothing else, no paycheck or no money was in there for this. So yes ma'am. Next is kind of like miscellaneous stuff. So while I was sitting on the beach chilling, you know, drinking pina coladas, because I really was, I bought some books to read, some stories to read off of Apple, because you know Apple has the coin things you can do. Hopefully y'all was where y'all was at when I was doing this video, because my camera decided to die. And so y'all, I'm trying to get back into talking into my Jamaican accent. Yes, some of that. So because my camera got dead, I had to change out the battery, and so let's continue. Where was that? Because the video you're already seeing way too long. So $64.18, as I was saying, for the miscellaneous Apple, because I wanted to read. I was on a leisure vacation, and what that means is that leisure, when we feel like going, we do. When we feel like we don't, we don't. Period poo. So so yeah, so leisure vacation, and on that vacation I was reading. So the $64.18 was miscellaneous Apple charges. Then Jamaica has a highway toll. So where it used to take like 6 hours to get from one side of the island to the next one, now the highway cut it down to 3 hours, and so you have to pay for the highway. So the cost for the highway from one end, from Montego Bay where we enter, to Kingston where we're coming out, was like $4,000. But me, I only paid $2,000 because that was all I had left in Jamaican money. And so my aunt paid the other part, and then me pay one. But for the tolls, I pay about $15, because this toll was in Jamaican money, and that is from the $100 exchange that I did earlier when we'd first come to Jamaica, right? So next in like the miscellaneous category is the tips. So at the hotel, it's an all-inclusive hotel, but you know, American culture, and so I've been in American culture for almost a decade now, over a decade. Tipping is normal. So for us, or for me anyway, or for us actually, we just tip the people them good service, good attitude, good people, you know, good vibes, all of them something there. So we tip the people them. So tips was about $60 there. So you know, we tip people, and yeah, so that come up to about $60. And then the final thing was the souvenir. So before I fly out from Jamaica, I'm gonna buy one t-shirt, I'm gonna buy some other souvenir stuff, and them souvenir come up to $25.78. Come buy them at the airport. So let me calculate all of the Jamaica expenses them, and then I can tell you how much all of this is and how much we pay overall. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna put in all of the number them, and so how much I pay while in Jamaica. So the goal for August was not to spend over $1,000 while in Jamaica, but the total amount I pay while I was there was holy shite. So in Jamaica itself, I spent $833.15. Gosh damn. $833.15. I feel like I talk with my American accent. I'm a Jamaica talk. Hold on. $833.15. I'm not even think that's so much I pay. But as you guys can see, hold on. What you can see, I'm gonna pay $833.15 in Jamaica expenses. So now to calculate the prepaid expenses, which was the prepaid expenses was $1,964.50 plus the Jamaica expenses, which is $833.15. So total where I spend at Jamaica total amount $2,797.65. That is what this trip cost me. This is what this trip cost me. And bear in mind, so some of them expenses here split up between 3 people, or I never pay for some of them. So $2,797.65. Wow, is how much the total trip cost me. No, bear in mind, the hotel that I stayed at, you didn't have to stay at that hotel. The baggage return didn't have to do that. If you do 2 bags, you only pay $60 versus the $130 when me pay. But 60 going and 60 coming back, that are $120. But these two equal $160. That's a $40 increase. Everything else normal. Everything is normal. So whenever you guys book trip or you're thinking about going to Jamaica, it's gonna cost you a pretty penny, right? And like I said, my hotel is all inclusive, and my hotel was only was 5 days. And me pay for part of the hotel while in Montego Bay, and this is part of the hotel while in Kingston. So yeah guys, this is all of my expenses and I went back to America. But this is all of my expenses going to my home country, going and eating, going and enjoying the beach, the island, the food and everything. This is how much it cost me. This was my first vacation in Jamaica. Like I said, it's home for me, so it's different when I go vacationing. You know, the Montego Bay trip was our vacation portion, and then the Kingston portion was our family portion, basically. So little different. I know when people go vacation. I also didn't get to go on excursions while I was there because we just ran into problem while we was there. But the resort itself was really great, so really enjoyed being at the resort and all the things that the resort had to offer. So if you go there, I 100% recommend trying that resort, especially if you have kids and you don't have to think about all-inclusive stuff, and they have meals for them, and then they have activities, and then they have activities throughout the day for the kids. So if you know you want your kids to go and do something productive or learn, or you know, meet other kids that's there too, then they have that as well. They offer a different bunch of services, but it's a great place for kids and families to go to. So that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this gives you perspective if you are planning to go to Jamaica, especially if you're planning to go with family, like what it's gonna cost you. And if you do decide to go, then yeah, let me know, you know, how it is for you if you do plan a trip anytime soon. I hope you enjoyed. The island is beautiful. It's making progress. It's so much different going there as it's so much different going there as an adult and seeing all the changes and things that's happening, and seeing, you know, the progress for my small island that's just turning into a whole better place. Obviously nowhere is perfect, but shit, gonna tell me that. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button if you did enjoy this breakdown, then let me know, child. Leave your 2 cents down below in the comments. What are your thoughts on my budget? Basically, my $2,800 budget. Because while round down, I'm already at $800. My $2,800 budget for Jamaica. And then like this video, you know, share it with a family, friend, or a foe. And yeah, this might help somebody who's thinking about going to Jamaica. So it is what it is. Anyways, guys, my name is Annie. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
How you wanna do it? How you wanna get it? I'm out that, out of my mind. Can't even talk, can't even walk. Bad little thing.